My wife demanded, "Sell your startup. My brother needs $1 million to start his business." I replied, "Let me call my lawyer." Then I called my lawyer and had her legally restructure the company into a trust my wife couldn't touch. Her face when I handed her brother a $100 bill. I, 38 male, founded my software company 6 years ago. Started in my garage, worked 80-hour weeks, ate ramen for months. The company's now worth about $4.2 million according to our last valuation. Not huge, but solid. We have 12 employees, consistent revenue, profitable for the last 3 years. My wife Natalie, 36, and I have been married for 4 years. Met her after the company was already established and growing. She works part-time as a yoga instructor, makes maybe $28 a year. We have a prenup, my lawyer insisted before the wedding, protecting my business interests. Her brother Austin, 33, is a different story. Hasn't held a job longer than 8 months, always has a $1 million idea that requires other people's money. Last year he asked me for $50 to start a revolutionary food truck. I said no. He didn't speak to me for 3 months. Yesterday Natalie ambushed me during dinner. Austin has an incredible opportunity. He needs capital to get started. I kept eating. What kind of opportunity? He's launching a consulting firm, marketing and brand development. He's been networking, has potential clients lined up. Austin, marketing consultant, the guy who posts crypto scam advice on Facebook. How much does he need? $1 million. I actually laughed. Couldn't help it. Natalie, that's not happening. Her face went hard. This is family. Your company is doing well. You can afford to help. My company's assets aren't liquid, and even if they were, $1 million for Austin's consulting firm is lighting money on fire. So you won't even consider it? There's nothing to consider. She stood up. Then you need to sell the company or take out a loan against it. Austin deserves this chance. Are you serious right now? Completely. We're family. Family helps family. You're being selfish. I put my fork down. Let me call my lawyer. Her eyes narrowed. Why would you need a lawyer? Because you just asked me to liquidate my business for your unemployed brother. I want to make sure I understand my options. Picked up my phone. Called Veronica, my attorney. Put it on speaker. Veronica, hey, got a quick question. If my wife is demanding I sell my business to fund her brother's venture, what are my legal protections? Veronica didn't miss a beat. The prenup protects the business. She has no claim to it, but we should probably discuss asset protection strategies. Can you come in tomorrow? Yeah, morning work? 9 a.m., I'll have some options ready. Hung up. Looked at Natalie. There's your answer. She was shaking with rage. You just humiliated me. You just asked me to destroy 6 years of work for Austin. We're even. She stormed out, slammed the bedroom door. I finished my dinner alone, started thinking about what Veronica meant by asset protection strategies. Update 1. Been 4 days since the initial demand. Things escalated fast. The meeting with Veronica, went to her office the next morning. She had documents ready. Your prenup protects the business, but there's a loophole. If she can argue marital assets were commingled or that the business increased in value due to marital contributions, she could make a claim in divorce proceedings. We're not getting divorced. Maybe not, but she's showing red flags. Let's close the loophole. She laid out the plan. Restructure the company into an irrevocable trust with me as the trustee and beneficiary. The trust would own the company. Natalie would have zero claim. The restructuring was retroactive based on business formation documents predating the marriage. Cost $8,500 in legal fees. Protection complete. Do it, I said. Took 3 days to finalize. Company now legally owned by the Reynolds Business Trust. I'm the trustee. I control everything. Natalie has no path to force a sale or claim any ownership. Filed all the paperwork yesterday afternoon. The family ambush. Natalie didn't speak to me for 2 days. Then Thursday night she came home with reinforcements. Austin, her mother Lorraine, 61, her father Frank, 64. They were all in my living room when I got home from work. What's this? Lorraine stood up. We need to talk about Austin's opportunity. No, we don't. Frank cleared his throat. Son, we're family. Natalie says you're being difficult about helping Austin get started. Austin's 33 years old. He's had a dozen opportunities that went nowhere. I'm not funding another one. Austin finally spoke. This is different. I've done the research, the market's there, I just need capital. Then get a business loan. Banks won't loan to someone without collateral or established business history, you know that. So your plan is to take my money instead? It's not taking, it's investing. I'll pay you back. I actually laughed. Austin, you still owe me $3,000 from when you borrowed it to fix your car 2 years ago. His face went red. That was different. How? I had unexpected expenses. And I'm supposed to believe you'll pay back $1 million? Lorraine jumped in. You make plenty of money. You can afford to help family. That's what people with means do. I worked for 6 years to build my company. Austin's worked for 6 years at avoiding responsibility. Those aren't the same thing. Natalie's voice was cold. So that's it? You're just going to let your brother-in-law fail? He's not failing. He's just not succeeding with my money. Frank tried the dad voice. Think about Natalie. Think about this family's future. Austin's success is everyone's success. My company's success is my success, and my employees' livelihoods. I'm not gambling with that. Stood up. This meeting's over. Everyone needs to leave. Austin stood up too. You're going to regret this. Is that a threat? It's reality. Family remembers who helped and who didn't. Then I guess I'll be remembered as the guy who didn't throw away $1 million. They left. All of them shooting me dirty looks. Natalie went with them. She came back an hour later, didn't say a word, went straight to the bedroom. The demands continue. Yesterday morning, Natalie tried a different approach. Sat down at breakfast, calm voice. I've been thinking, what if we compromise? I'm listening. Not the full $1 million, but $500,000, half. That would be enough for Austin to get started properly. No, you didn't even think about it. Because there's nothing to think about. The answer's no at $1 million, no at $500,000, no at any amount over a few $1,000 for a legitimate business plan with actual numbers. He has a business plan. Then he can show it to a bank. She threw her coffee mug. It shattered against the wall behind me. You're destroying this family. I'm protecting my life's work, not the same thing. She grabbed her bag and left. Hasn't been home since. Staying at her parents' house according to her location sharing that she forgot to turn off. The dirty trick. Got a call from my business partner, Leo, 41M, this afternoon. Dude, did you know Natalie's calling our clients? My stomach dropped. What? Yeah, Mrs. Patterson called me. Said your wife contacted her, told her you were having personal issues, and the company might be unstable. Asked if Mrs. Patterson had concerns about contract fulfillment. Mrs. Patterson is our biggest client, $340K annual contract. What did Mrs. Patterson say? She asked if everything was okay. I told her everything's fine, you're dealing with family drama, nothing affecting the business. She seemed satisfied, but, dude, this is bad. Hung up, called Veronica immediately. Natalie's contacting my clients, trying to sabotage the business. Document everything, get statements from the clients she contacted. That's tortious interference. We can pursue legal action if needed. Started making calls. Found out Natalie had contacted 3 clients total. All with the same story. I was unstable and the company was at risk. Sent a company-wide email to all clients. Dear valued client, it has come to our attention that some of you may have been contacted by a third party making claims about our company's stability. Please be assured that these claims are completely false and stem from a personal family matter that has no bearing on our business operations. Our company remains strong. All contracts will be fulfilled as agreed, and we continue to provide the excellent service you've come to expect. If you receive any further concerning communications, please contact me directly. Best regards. Leo said it was a good move. Professional, didn't air dirty laundry, reassured clients. But I was done playing nice. Called Veronica back. What are my options here? For the client interference? Cease and desist letter, potential lawsuit for damages if any contracts are lost. For the marriage? That's up to you. I want the cease and desist sent today. Done. Natalie got the letter at her parents' house this morning via courier. No, because she called me screaming about it an hour later. You sent me a legal threat? You tried to sabotage my business. What did you expect? I was trying to make you see reason. By lying to my clients? That's not reason, that's sabotage. This is all your fault if you just help Austin. The company's in a trust now. Even if I wanted to give Austin money, I legally can't access that capital without breaching fiduciary duty to the trust. Silence. What? I restructured the company. It's in an irrevocable trust. I'm the trustee. The trust owns the business. I can't just liquidate assets for personal use. You did this on purpose. Yeah, I did. After you demanded I destroy my company for your brother, I want a divorce. Okay. She wasn't expecting that. Okay, that's it? Natalie, you threw a coffee mug at me, tried to sabotage my business, and spent the last week at your parents' house. If you want a divorce, we'll get a divorce. I'm not fighting for someone who treats me like an ATM. She hung up. My lawyer's drafting a response to her inevitable divorce filing. The prenup's solid. She'll get nothing from the business. Maybe some spousal support for a couple years since she's lower income, but that's it. Update 2. It's been 2 weeks since Natalie said she wanted a divorce. She actually filed. Papers arrived 6 days ago. Her demands are insane. The divorce demands, her lawyer filed for 50% of the business value, $2.1 million. The house, worth $680,000 in my name, bought before marriage, spousal support of $8,000 a month for 10 years, her legal fees paid by me. My lawyer literally laughed when she read it. They're trying to break the prenup. Won't work, but they're trying. What's my actual exposure? Spousal support, maybe $2,500 a month for 3 to 4 years max, given the length of marriage and income disparity. She gets nothing else. The prenup and trust structure are bulletproof. Good. But Natalie's family wasn't done. The harassment campaign. Austin started calling my business line. Not my personal phone, my business number listed on the website. Calling at random times asking to speak to me, then launching into tirades about family loyalty and how I ruined his dreams. My receptionist, Jenny, 26, started keeping a log after the 5th call. Then he showed up at the office. Wednesday afternoon, just walked in. Jenny called me. Austin's in the lobby demanding to see you. Tell him I'm not available. She did. He refused to leave. Started raising his voice, saying he wasn't going anywhere until I made things right. I called the police. Trespassing. 2 officers arrived within 15 minutes. Austin was still in the lobby, now sitting in the waiting area with his arms crossed. Sir, you need to leave. This is private property. I'm not leaving until I talk to the owner. The owner doesn't want to speak with you. You need to leave now or you'll be arrested for trespassing. This is ridiculous. He's family. I don't care if he's your best friend. Leave now. Austin finally left, but not before shouting about how I'd pay for this. Filed a restraining order request that afternoon. Granted 2 days later. Austin can't come within 500 feet of me or my business. The character assassination, Lorraine started a phone tree. Called my parents, my siblings, extended family. Told everyone I was abusing Natalie financially, that I was controlling and had cut her off from all money. Complete lies. My mom called me. What's going on? Lorraine says you won't let Natalie access any money? Explained the whole situation. The $1 million demand, the business sabotage, everything. Oh, well, that's different than what Lorraine said. Yeah, it is. Want me to call her back? Please. My mom's a retired family court judge. When she speaks, people listen. Apparently, she called Lorraine and very calmly explained that demanding someone liquidate their business for a family member's unproven venture is financially abusive behavior, and that Natalie's actions constituted attempted economic sabotage. The phone calls from Lorraine stopped, but Frank tried a different approach, the man-to-man talk. Frank showed up at my house Sunday morning. I was having coffee on the patio. We need to talk. If it's about money for Austin, no, just hear me out. Against my better judgment, I let him in. Look, I know Austin's had setbacks, but he's trying. He's my son. I want to see him succeed. That's understandable, but it's not my responsibility to fund that. I get it. But here's the thing. Natalie's my daughter. This divorce is going to hurt her. Financially, emotionally. You could stop this. By giving Austin $1 million, by showing some flexibility, some family loyalty. Frank, Natalie demanded I sell my business. When I refused, she tried to sabotage my client relationships. That's not a disagreement, that's a betrayal. She was emotional, desperate to help her brother. And I'm supposed to reward that behavior? He sighed. You're really not gonna help? No. Then I hope you're happy with your money, because you're losing your wife over it. I'm losing my wife because she values her brother's fantasies more than our marriage. Not the same thing. He left. The courtroom reality. First divorce hearing was yesterday. Temporary orders. Natalie showed up with her lawyer, a guy who looked fresh out of law school. Veronica had her files organized, tabbed ready. The judge reviewed the prenup, reviewed the trust documents, looked at Natalie's lawyer. Counselor, this prenup is clearly valid. The business was established before marriage and has been properly protected. What's your argument for your client receiving any portion of it? Your Honor, the business increased in value during the marriage, due to the efforts of your client's husband and his employees. Do you have evidence your client contributed to this increase? She provided emotional support. That's not a legal basis for asset division. What else? He fumbled. Had nothing. Judge looked at Natalie. Ma'am, did you contribute financially to the business? No, but did you work for the business? No. Did you provide any services to the business? I supported my husband emotionally while he worked. That's a marital duty, not a business contribution. I'm upholding the prenup. The business and all related assets remain with your husband. Natalie started crying. This isn't fair. I'm his wife. You're his soon-to-be ex-wife, and this prenup was signed willingly by both parties. Next item. Temporary spousal support was set at $2,200 a month, less than Veronica predicted. Natalie's lawyer tried to argue for more. Judge shut it down. Your client works part-time by choice. She's capable of increasing her income. $2,200 is sufficient. Outside the courthouse, Natalie confronted me. You planned this, all of it. I protected my business after you tried to take it. I hope you're happy. I'm not happy my marriage ended, but I'm satisfied I still have my company. She walked away with her lawyer, who looked defeated. The brothers' consolation prize. Austin texted me last night. First time since the restraining order. You won. Happy now? Ignored it. He texted again. Nat's devastated. Hope your company's worth it. Then, you could still make this right. I'd had enough. Drove to a bank, withdrew $100, got a crisp new bill, put it in an envelope, wrote on it, for Austin's consulting business. Should cover your first business card printing. Good luck. Mailed it to his address. He called me an hour after it arrived. The voicemail was incomprehensible screaming. Saved it. Sent it to Veronica with a note. More evidence of harassment if needed. Update 3. Final. It's been 3 months since Natalie filed for divorce. Final hearing was last week. Time to close this chapter. The final settlement. Judge reviewed everything. The prenup held completely. Final terms. I keep the business and all related assets. I keep the house, premarital asset. I keep all investment accounts, premarital. Natalie gets her car, that she was making payments on anyway. Natalie gets whatever furniture she bought during the marriage, barely anything. Spousal support, $2,100 a month for 42 months, 3.5 years. Each party pays their own legal fees. Total cost to me, about $88,200 in spousal support over 3.5 years, plus my legal fees of about $15,000. Total savings from protecting my business, $4.2 million. Worth it. Natalie sat there stone-faced. Her lawyer had clearly explained she wasn't getting anything close to her initial demands. Judge asked if she understood the terms. Yes, Your Honor. Do you agree to these terms? Long pause. Yes. Divorce granted. And that was it. 4 years of marriage ended in a 15-minute hearing. Afterward, Natalie stopped me in the hallway. I hope you're satisfied. I'm relieved it's over. You know Austin had to move back in with my parents, right? His opportunity fell through without funding. That's unfortunate. That's all you have to say? What do you want me to say, Natalie? That I'm sorry I didn't bankrupt myself for your brother's unproven business idea. I want you to admit you destroyed our marriage over money. You destroyed our marriage when you demanded I liquidate my life's work. I just refused to go down with you. She walked away. Last time I'll probably ever see her. The Austin situation. Here's what I learned through mutual acquaintances. Austin never had a real business plan. No clients lined up. No actual consulting experience. He'd watched some YouTube videos about brand development and decided he was an expert. The $1 million? He wanted to. Rent a fancy office, $180K a year. Buy a luxury car for client meetings, $95K. Marketing budget, $200. Operating expenses, $525. His salary, basically. It was never a business. It was a lifestyle funded by my money. He's currently working at a call center, making $18, living with Lorraine and Frank. Natalie's apparently pushing him to keep pursuing his dreams. Frank's reportedly told him to shut up about dreams and pay rent. The family fallout. Lorraine hasn't spoken to me since the divorce, fine by me. Frank sent a brief text. Sorry it ended this way. I didn't respond. My family has been supportive. My mom called after the final hearing. You did the right thing. I know, still sucks. Divorce always does, but you protected what you built. That matters. Yeah. And for what it's worth, I never liked her family. Too entitled. That actually made me laugh. The business update. Company's doing well. Actually landed 2 new clients in the past month. Revenue's up 18% over last quarter. The employee bonus pool is getting a nice bump this year. The people who actually helped build this company get to share in the success. Not Austin. Not Natalie. The people who earned it. Leo asked me the other day if I regretted the divorce. Regret the divorce? No. Regret the marriage? Maybe. Regret protecting my business? Never. You seem lighter now. That's what happens when you stop carrying people who want to drain you. The revelation. Found out something interesting last week. Natalie's friend, well, former friend after the divorce, reached out to me. I thought you should know, Natalie was planning to divorce you anyway. After Austin got the money, she was going to claim you refused to support the family, try to break the prenup that way. This was all calculated. How do you know this? She told me. 6 months ago, said Austin's business was going to be her exit strategy from a marriage to someone who didn't respect her family. So it was a setup, the whole thing. Demand an unreasonable amount. When I refuse, paint me as the villain. Use that as leverage in divorce court. Except my lawyer was smarter than their plan. Sent that information to Veronica. Does this change anything? No, but it confirms you made the right call. She was always going to leave once she thought she could get money from the business. Current status, divorced. Company secured. Employees happy. Austin working at a call center. Am I happy? Not particularly. Divorce sucks even when it's the right choice. But I'm satisfied. Protected what matters. Didn't let entitled people bully me into destroying what I built. The $100 epilogue, Austin sent the $100 bill back, torn into pieces, with a note, I don't need your charity. Taped it back together, framed it, hangs in my office now. Leo saw it yesterday. What's that? A reminder that sometimes the best investment is the one you don't make. That's dark, man. That's reality. And that's the story. Wife demanded I sell my business for her unemployed brother. I restructured the company into a trust, gave her brother $100, and ended up divorced but financially intact. Would I do it again? Every single time. Because at the end of the day, I built something real, something lasting, something that supports 12 families and their employees. Austin built nothing. Natalie wanted to trade my something for his nothing. That math never made sense. Final cost, $103,200, spousal support plus legal fees. Final savings, $4.2 million. The business I still own, worth every penny. Oh, and the restraining order against Austin? Still active. He violated it once, showed up near my office building, got arrested, spent a weekend in jail. Haven't heard from him since. Natalie's support payments hit my account automatically. She's working full-time now, finally. Yoga instructor plus some retail job, making ends meet. She could have had a comfortable life. Instead, she chose to shoot for the moon and landed in her parents' basement. Austin could have gotten a real job and built something legitimate. Instead, he's answering phones for $18 per hour at 33 years old. And me? I'm running my company, treating my employees well, and sleeping fine at night. That $100 bill in the frame reminds me every day. Some people want handouts, some people want to build. Know the difference. Protect accordingly. The trust structure Veronica set up cost $8,500. Saved $4.2 million. Best investment I ever made. Sometimes the smartest move is saying no. Even when everyone's calling you selfish. Even when it costs your marriage. Because the alternative was losing everything I'd built to fund someone else's fantasy. Hard pass. If Austin ever gets his consulting business off the ground legitimately, good for him. Hope he makes it. But he'll do it without my $1 million. And I'll do just fine without Natalie. Peace.